Love and Lust.
And welcome to Love and Lust. My name is Ana Lefebvre. Love and Lust is a podcast about sex and relationships. Viewing discretion and listening discretion is definitely advised. So if you guys have been a fan of the show, you know exactly who this is. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know exactly who this is. I'm going to let her introduce herself. She is one of my best friends. I'm gonna just let you introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Katharina. I'm a financial analyst, and I'm actually a new business owner. I've just started my own business called Rooted in Radiance that I'm really excited about, and I'm so happy to be back on your show today. Thank you for having me.
And congratulations on your business. That is amazing. It's
Thank
amazing,
you.
you know that you did that, especially during times like this. So I really am just like so proud of you and everything like that. The last time you were on the show, it was completely different. It was like, I didn't look at it because you know me, I like to go forward.
Yes.
And if I have someone, if an episode gets chopped up, I usually try to get somebody else to chop it up just because I don't want to be too critical of myself or whatever. So the last time you were on the show, I had white hair.
Yes.
I was in a different studio from memory, and we're talking about being in our 30s and being divorced and what it's kind of like, right? And still to this day, like I feel like I'm in a completely different space than I was at the end of last year. I honestly did at that point have some negative people in my life. I feel like that was holding me back and kept me like from achieving and growing into the woman that I am right now. You guys will notice, I have changed a lot about the show. I have changed a lot of people in the show and involvement in the show because, as you're like growing through life, you're seeing what's happening and, things. I know how to speak up now. That's what basically is what I'm saying. Back then, I probably did not know how to speak up, especially in my marriage. I didn't speak up at all. Now you can't shut me up. So how has life changed for you from the end of last year, from that episode, which I think was like episode 21 or something like that? I'll have it in the description. But how's your life changed?
My life is, I've gained 30 pounds of happy weight. It's amazing. Like a lot of times you don't even realize what you're going through until you see yourself or you look back. Like right now I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I didn't even realize, 1, I was going through so much. 2, I was dealing with so much. 3, I was putting up with so much. But now I'm in such a happier space. I feel better. I look better. I'm able to move forward with my life. And I just feel amazing. Girl, I feel amazing.
Me too. And the people are like, what is the question? Like, when are you happiest after your divorce? When your divorce is final? Like, I have not been this happy in my life in a very long time. And I'll be honest with you, I've been in relationships since my divorce, and I wasn't happy with them until everything was finalized and until I got alone time with myself and realized who I am, what I will accept, and what I will not accept. Right. And if you ask me today, would you get married again? The answer is no.
My answer is no. I'm like, I don't want to, and I love my parents, but our parents always, especially as being women, want to see you with someone who's going to take care of you or be that person for you, be that provider for you or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm doing all those things on my own. Not that it wouldn't be nice to have somebody, but do I want to go through it again? No, I don't want to do it. I don't. I've been there, I've done that, and I'm okay. So
the funny thing is, I don't know what my dad thinks now, because before, when I first get out of my relationship, he knew who I was in a relationship right after that. And I remember him being like, how did you wait a minute, you shouldn't be dating him. He's not the kind of person that you should date or whatever. Right. And now before he was like, you need to stay out of relationships, you need to stay out of relationships, you need to stay out of relationships. So I think it's kind of funny because both of them are like now, like, don't be in a relationship. Why are you going to be in a relationship? Like, you don't need it. You've already done all that. But I also think they're afraid of seeing me as who I was, and they're seeing me as a strong person. They both know, about my podcast. They know how wild my mouth is. I mean, my mouth emulates them. I was raised on construction jobs, okay? Like MF is a very popular word in my household. So, it's different. What are a couple of tips that you can give somebody if they're going through a breakup, a divorce, a breakup, or a life change? What are some tips that you can give someone to keep that mental health and keep your happiness and find happiness within yourself?
It gets better. Just because you're it is not the end of the world. I felt like it was. It gets so much better. You will be so much happier. And don't ever feel like because somebody is projecting their beliefs onto you that you need to listen to whatever it is the world or the community or those around you is saying. Do what's making you feel happy. I can't stress that enough. There were so many people in my corner that felt like, because my marriage, it was short when I found out everything, that were telling me, oh, just stick it out, it'll change or it'll get better, or projecting what it is they thought I should do onto me. Had I listened, I don't know where I would be. I don't know if I would be as happy as I am right now. I'd probably still be going through a similar situation, probably in a worse situation than I was when I decided to go ahead and end everything. Just listen to yourself, listen to your own gut instincts. It always gets better. You will be happier. Sometimes you have to go through the roughest storm to make it through to a better light. And I 100% believe that. Just keep pressing forward. Your happiness will be there.
And it's like an understanding, like I understand so much things now. I understand why people get married multiple times. I understand why people don't get married and they're in these long-term relationships. I understand the cheating thing, even though I never condone cheating, but I understand the cheating thing. I understand the side, B thing. I understand the side guy thing. It's amazing like how open my eyes became after this. And that's why I give better relationship advice, because I've been through every aspect of a relationship. And I can tell you what I wish I would have done in my situation and things that you can work on and things like that. But I just feel like I'm in such a better place. It's just amazing. Does it get lonely being single? It has its moments.
It does be nice to have somebody that could take you out from time to time, feel spoiled by somebody else from time to time. But aside from that,
you know why I don't do that? You know why I don't? You know why? She's like, wait, what can I say?
I'm like, should I answer?
Because every time I fucking do that, every time I'm just like, let's do something casual, my little stupid ass realized a couple months later, I'm in a fucking kind of like in a relationship.
Right. Yep.
Like I can't stay the fuck out of relationships. So that's why I stopped dating. And does it get lonely? Like I said, I was telling Paul on the other show that I have called Keeping It Real. Make sure you guys check that out on YouTube. It's a new show I just started with Paul Chambers. We're talking about trending topics and relationship topics almost every single day, Monday through Fridays. But I was like, I can't stay out of relationships. So I need to stop going out, doing all this other stuff. And does it get lonely at 2:00 in the morning during my demon time? Yes, it does. But I should be asleep at 2:00 in the morning.
I was about to say, go to sleep.
You know exactly what I be doing at 2:00.
Go to sleep.
Like, who can I terrorize? So we have fun in Florida. If you guys were watching my Instagram, you'd realize, you guys know that I came to visit you guys in Florida.
Yeah.
We had the time of our lives and we really didn't even do anything. Like we just went out and ate, walked around Tampa Bay, and just talked and everything. And it was like a really good time. It was a really good time. Yes, we had a lot of fun. I almost ended up in another relationship. But you see, you know what happened. It's not my fault. It is not my fault.
I plead the fifth.
I was like in a relationship for a couple of days. I was like, what is going on here?
Girl,
no.
I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it.
I was like, I just leave this place. I cannot come back. Like, I wanted to come back for my birthday, but I don't even know. I told you both, I was like, the mission is do not let me, get married. When I go to Florida, please do not let me get married. I left, not married.
Good, yes.
Almost.
Praise God.
We had a lot of fun though. I was having a lot of fun. It was fun. It's funny because both of my best friends don't drink and I'm the drinker. And
I had a blast. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I had a blast.
I will drink for you.
Yes.
Cheers. But yeah, what are you looking forward to this year, especially with your company and everything? And guys, I have it on display right now. I have the sugar scrub, which I love sugar scrubs. Sugar scrubs are amazing for your skin. It brings out circulation. It takes off dead skin cells. Also, I'm a tanner. I do safe tanning, so it's always with lotion. So I have to do exfoliation before I do it. So explain about your line, the passion behind it, your mission behind it, and what products you have.
Yes, so I just started my business this year. Ever since a very young age, I was kind of raised up with natural products. My mom has always been in the kitchen concocting and putting together her own things. So from 8 years old is when I can really think, that's when my parents went vegetarian, and that's when she really started to dabble in natural skincare as well. She's always been about making our own things. So I've always wanted to start my own business. I didn't know exactly what it is I wanted to do until about 2 years ago, when I started strictly buying natural products myself. This year, but then again, I was going through so much. I didn't want to really start my business while I was going through so much. This year, I'm in a much better space, and I was like, now's the time to go ahead and start my business. So you mentioned the sugar scrub. I do have the Wild Rose Sugar Scrub. And this one right here, it smells like a bouquet of roses. It smells just like a bouquet of roses. It has rose petals in there, rose fragrance oil in there, coconut oil, and the cane sugar is what I use as the exfoliating sugar. This one right here, it does have fragrance oil in there. I love it. I would not recommend putting this on your face just because my face is so sensitive. Anything with a fragrance in there, I personally break out. So I don't, I wouldn't recommend for anybody else to use fragrances. However, what your skin is like, if your skin can tolerate fragrances and whatnot. However, I do have another one, which is the Radiant Sugar Scrub. This one is fragrance free, and it's just scented with essential oils. And this one has turmeric in there. It has brown sugar in there. It has rose hip oil, jojoba oil, coconut oil, turmeric essential oil, turmeric powder. This one right here, I really use if you want that soft, glowy, like you're radiating in the sunlight type of skin. Turmeric is really good with that. The curcumin turmeric is really what adds those antioxidants which our skin needs, which allows our skin to glow, which is also why I have the name that I use, which is Rooted in Radiance. I just want everybody to feel beautiful in your own natural skin, especially nowadays. So many people feel like they're not naturally beautiful. And I wanted products that really help accentuate that in everyone. They're good for women, men can use them, everybody. I wouldn't, and unless the guy wants to smell like roses, but I am coming out with a line for guys that has like a guy scent, kind of like a fresh, straight out of the barbershop type of smell.
Ooh, like a forest. Like a
yes,
forest. Ooh.
Yes. Straight out of it's called Fresh is the line. For men. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited. I have my sugar scrubs, my body butters, and my soaps that I'm starting out with, but there's so much more that I want to add to the line as I move forward. And I'm so thankful you have me on here so that I can kind of promote it, but always. I'm so excited about it.
But the Radiant line is also unisex. It's a unisex line.
Yes.
The glow with turmeric and ginger, guys, is unisex as well. So
yes.
The Midnight Bar is unisex. It's all. And support Black businesses, support Black women-owned businesses, support the WNBA, women's sports. I am just so going hardcore on that. I'm actually going to be volunteering my marketing company for women's sports. But yeah, support women-owned and minority-owned businesses. And it's a beautiful product. Look at her skin. For our viewers, look at her. And I'm going to tell you guys something. The camera doesn't do her justice. Like it does not. It does. Like the way she looks, she is 10 times way more beautiful.
Stop.
Way more.
But nice.
But yeah, no, it's a great line. And I did all my Mother's Day shopping with that. You know, I'm like a dude when it comes to that. Some years I'm fantastic with doing gifts. Some years I'm great. No, I don't sit there and look like, oh, what do you like? What do you do? You know, all that little, I wish I was more feminine like that. I really do. I really wish I was.
And see, I love it. That's how I am. I'm like, oh, you know, I like
yeah. I'm just like throwing money at situations. Here you go. I'm like a dude. Like I don't like some aspects. I just don't know how to like stop that kind of stuff. I used to actually be much better. And then I think what happened was I was with somebody that didn't give like a crap about this sentimental stuff that I would do. So that's why I kind of just got like a harder exterior about it. I think I did something really cute not too long ago, and I was like, that's really cute. I used to be the girl that would have like the cards, just have cards, empty cards, just to send out notes and all this other stuff, but I don't know, I got away. But anyhow, going back to the story, I did all my Mother's Day shopping. You guys can do your Father's Day shopping, you know, birthday gifts is really easy. Just go to the website, click. Shipping is pretty fast. So yeah. But yeah, so I'm really proud of you for having this line. What else are we going to talk about?
What do you want to talk about, girl?
I don't know. What do we want to say to the people? We talk all the time. And this girl, she has me rolling all the time. Like, you're low-key really funny. And I don't realize I'm being funny is the thing. Like, I'm just saying something and it's hilarious. Hilarious. I love hilarious. What was I going to say? And you're the best hype woman. The best hype woman.
I got you. I will have
you be hyping. And then immediately after you got done hyping, you realized the bad idea. Then you start taking it away.
Okay, I changed my mind. I've since changed my mind.
What happens when a Gemini and a Cancer gets together? Any advice for any new business owners?
Do it. Scary feeling at first. I felt it. I was scared. I was scared of failing. That was my fear. But you can't fail if you never even put yourself out there. That's the first failure right there. If you don't even put yourself out there to even try, you're already failing. Yeah. So go ahead and do it. Whatever it is that you want to, don't let anybody talk you out of it. There are a lot of people who want to do things, but they're also afraid as well. And they will project their fear onto you, and then you won't ever do it. They won't ever do it, and you'll just be sitting in the same space forever. Yeah. So anybody's negative opinion, if you do have people in your ear that are tossing negative opinions out there, don't let that ruin what it is that has been put in your mind to do, because a lot of times we are given ideas, you know, to help make us be greater in life, and we sleep on them because of what other people are saying. So if there's something that you want to do, go for it. You will be so happy you do. The only way you can fail is if you're not projecting yourself and you're not putting yourself out there. We're responsible for our own successes and our own failures, I feel like. And, you know, if I want to be successful, I have to constantly do what it is that I can to be successful. Yeah. And I'm shopping, so. No, the thing is too, I want people to really realize there's a lot of people that like to give out advice. And the people that like to give out advice usually are the people that don't have a platform for it, and they just want to hear themselves speak. If I want to know how to be the best center in basketball, I'm going to go to Shaquille O'Neal and listen to his advice. If I want to know how to be, you know, a book writer, I'm going to go to a relevant book writer and listen to advice. So if the person is not a business owner, they're a small thinker, don't let them downthink your mind and everything. Because I've had that when I started my business. But one thing about me is I always take whatever negative things that people are saying and tell me I can't do, and I turn it into revenge mode and produce it and be like, haha, mother. Let me show you what it is that I did. You said I couldn't do it. Let me. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Yes.
I did a show yesterday on Keeping It Real. I went off on this woman named Candance. What is her name? I'm so disrespectful. It's so funny. It's Candance. What is her name? Candace Williams, Candace This is how much she's invalid in my life. You guys know what I'm talking about. Candance Owen. You know who this is?
No.
She was basically talking on another podcast about how women are devaluing themselves because of like posting pictures of their body parts, and that men don't like that and men don't want this. And she's basically, and my whole entire thing that I preach is that you should do what you want to do, and everybody's not for everybody. So some men may like that and some men don't like that. You know what I mean? So what is your thoughts on that? Them devaluing, women being devalued because they're posting their body parts on platforms and stuff like that.
That's just her opinion. Men can devalue. You can dress in the most conservative way and still be out here being devalued behind your back in another way. It may not be your body that they're devaluing. It could be, they will find, and I can't say they, because it's not everyone, but if that type of a guy, he's going to be that type of a guy, whether you're putting your body out there or whether you're dressing conservatively, it won't matter. In my opinion, I feel like women, I don't care if you show your body, girl. You know what I mean? Like, be comfortable in yourself. There's so many people who were not comfortable for so long, and they are now comfortable enough to post a picture in a bikini or post a picture in something where they're showing a little bit of skin, and that makes them feel beautiful and that makes them feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
Or how dare you turn around and say that because they're doing so, they're devaluing themselves to try to put them back in a state. We don't know what it is that people have gone through in life and what they're currently going through, what they have went through to get to where they are now. So how dare we say such a thing? And I say we, just, generalizing everybody, but how dare we say such a thing that they're being devalued? That doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean anything, because the thing is too, with me, like, I've always been this wild person. I was going back through pictures. I was sending to a friend about pictures of, when I had long, straight platinum hair, and I'm looking through it. I had the septum ring back in 2013. I had my hair done, like, doing crazy things back in the day. But then there was somebody in my life making me more conservative. So I kind of stopped all that. So I've done all the things where dressing conservative and dressing a certain way just to kind of feel, oh, I'm a wife now. Oh, I'm in a relationship now. And look how that worked out. I was still like, someone treated me like I was invalid. It was the most ultimate disrespect. So that doesn't mean shit. And the thing about it is just like, when you start doing that and you start trying to have more control over a woman's body, it just brings up so much issue. And it's like, how dare you try to put a value and a monetary value on a woman's body, but then at the same time, you want to be like, oh, women even need to be in the workplace. Women are gold diggers. It's just like so much contradictory things. And it's like, okay, so a guy can go walk around with his shirt off and that's okay. And they could do all this stuff and that's okay. But a woman posts a picture of her body. Now all of a sudden you're devaluing it. And it's just so crazy. It's just like, why is that your angle? Why is that okay with you to talk about? Why don't you talk about maybe, things like sexual harassment? Maybe you should stay in your lane and talk about more political things versus relationship things. So I went off. You know me.
You don't hold back. You don't hold back.
No. With you. Okay. So all my friends know I don't hold back. I go in, but publicly I do not go in because of my journalist background. I try to not come from a commentary place. I try to come from a place where it's like, this is the facts. You take them and you do what you want. But I couldn't hold back on that one. Everyone was like blowing my phone up. They're like, whoa. So yeah, I mean, it's just like, you have to do whatever makes you feel good. If your body means, certain things to certain people, their body doesn't mean that. Like I was saying, there's different countries where nudity is seen a different way versus here, So
right.
Yeah, that's about all I have to say.
Grew up in a very conservative household. So for me, it was, I went through a situation and then, and I didn't realize I was as small, as skinny as I was until after I started really focusing on myself and my own self-care. So within the past 2 years for myself, I started dressing differently. But when I say I feel so beautiful, like I'm so happy in my skin now. And I've had people come at me, that you mentioned that, I've had people come at me in my DMs talking about the way that I'm dressing suddenly. I'm dressing differently. I'm showing too much. My skirt was too short, or my cleavage was too out there or something. Or I've even had people go as far as to email my parents, and I'm 30 something years old. I've had people email my parents, asking my parents, did they know of the photo that I posted in my bikini? And I'm like, I was at the beach. You know what I mean? Like, what else am I supposed to wear? I've gained 30 pounds and I feel so good. And I posted a picture in my bikini, which before I had never done before, because I felt like I had no body. I was just self-conscious I'm tall, I'm 5'9". I felt like it made me look skinnier. You know what I mean? But now it's like I have a little bit of natural curves going on. I feel so happy. But even in your 30s, you'll have people who are just I don't know.
You're going to have them your whole entire life. It's going to be your whole entire
to be negative and just try to put you down in some sort of way. And that's another thing. I used to be really quiet and timid. I would really quiet and timid and wouldn't really speak up for myself. Now I speak up for myself, and I realize those people, now they're not coming at me in my DMs like they want her. You know what I mean? It's like, because now they know I'm going to say something.
I had somebody tell me, they're like, oh, because you're divorced, don't let your divorce change you. I've always been this bitch. Always. I was just suppressed. Suppressed, oppressed, and depressed. All the that's what I was saying. I was going back to my pictures, and you could see like I had the septum ring, tattoos, I was the same fucking person. I just had someone just doing like this to me. And I've been in situations with my exes, you know what, fuck it, ex, where I'm sitting in public. We don't usually go out, right? I never forget this shit, because this is kind of like what made me start dressing really conservative. I was in Florida, so I had to be around 2019 or something. And I'm sitting there probably in a top like this that I'm wearing right now. And I always had bigger chest. And I'm sitting there, and we're in like Hyde Park. And the food is coming, and he whispers in my ear, because this is the type of abusive shit he would do to me. He whispers in my ear. He's like, I want you to look around the room. Do you see any other female with her fucking tits out like the way your tits are out? Just berating me in public. Here I am. We hardly go out. I would spend all this time to like make myself beautiful, quote unquote. I've been through so much in my life, especially with, men, my history. And for you to sit here and berate me in public, and I'm crying, trying not to show people that I'm crying. It's just like, craziness. So it's always like someone always has to have something to say about a woman's body. And it's just so annoying to me at this point. And for another woman to sit there and try to manipulate a situation and tell people how to think, that's just like blows my mind.
Right.
When there's so many other important issues.
Yeah, there's so many other things.
Sex trafficking. Why don't you start talking about sex trafficking? And don't ever say that those two different things like combine, because I will come after you personally with facts. Okay, so I had to say with facts.
Yeah, facts.
With facts. Okay, guys, calm down. Those days of that type of stuff is done with me. But yeah, any final words? Anything else you want to tell the good people of love and life?
I appreciate you having me on your show today. If there's anybody, to your listeners, if there's anything that it is that you want to do in life, 100% go through it. Don't ever let anybody feel like you aren't good enough to do anything. We are all good enough to do whatever it is that we have minds to do. And I feel like that is the basis, that is the focus that I really want people to take today. You're beautiful, and don't ever let anybody tell you you aren't.
And tell Steven and Jadiel, TT Yan said hello.
Girl, I hope you don't hear them in the back.
Oh, they were here. No, they were in the podcast. That's how I was laughing.
Oh my gosh. I'm sitting here doing my arm.
I'm watching you. No, they're here. They're in the podcast.
Oh my gosh, they were outside. Now they came in, and they're in their cooking.
Hey, that's the mom's life. It's the mom's life, So, all right. Well, thank you guys for listening to Love and Lust. I will have all of the links below for Rooted Radiance. She is one of our sponsors, along with another sponsor that we have. It's called Husky Executive. Click the link below. It is a magazine for men. And if you want to support Love and Lust, I am doing a new thing, because if Joe Budden is doing it, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. My Cash App is
do it.
My Cash App is a, what do you call it? A money sign.
Money sign.
If you guys want to support Love and Lust, we have a lot of things coming out. Love and Lust. I have books coming out. My website is growing, and then also Love and Lust will be becoming a TV show. So if you guys like to support Love and Lust, my Cash App, and you can also buy stuff from the merch store. I actually love the merch store. Like, I would love you guys just wear a shirt. Like, that's honestly means so much to me. And I want to thank everyone that has bought something from the merch store, because people are sending me videos of things they bought, and it's amazing. I love it. I love it. I'm so vain. I want you to wear my face everywhere.
That's one. Oh, girl, I just remembered. I also have a discount code for anybody who is wanting to purchase anything that listens to today's show. It is discount code promo, and it is in effect for the next 48 hours. So.
Okay. Sounds good. Alrighty, right, guys. My name is Ana Lefebvre. Love and Lust is a podcast about sex and relationships. I will see you next Tuesday. Love and Lust, like I said, is a podcast about sex and relationships. If you guys would like to support Love and Lust, you can do so by purchasing merch. I have one of my shirts here. It's me. It's me. But we have other stuff that doesn't have my face on it too. So we have coffee mugs, we have pillows and hoodies and all that stuff like that. So once again, my name is Ana Lefebvre, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye now.